Hello parents, coaches, teammates. This is long, I apologize. This is not an easy speech for me by any means. It is not hard for me simply because it signifies the end of my water polo career, but it also represents the end of my career in sports in general. Sports have always been that thing in my life that stayed constant. As I made new friends and drifted away from old friends, the school years ended and I started new classes. Sports were always there for me. A setting where I could express myself, where I could project some of my frustrations, where I could simply take my mind off of school and direct my attention elsewhere. Sports have been everything for me. However, water polo never truly carried out those functions effectively. It was simply that sport at the end of the year that I had to get through, and I was unbounded from the chains that had fettered me to reside after school until 6:30 at night, or travel up to Orlando every other day to play our sworn enemies and arch rivals of the past 20 decades. Boom. The Hufflepuff water polo. Well, while I was passionate about cross country and wrestling, and saw these sports as more than just a sport for me, and felt passionate for them, water polo for me was just a sport. Until 2 years ago. I played water polo 8 years, started the same time as arguably the greatest Scots water polo player to ever come out of St. Andrews. One of my best friends, son of Johnny and Stacy, Gustavo Martin. Oh. But it took about 5 years and a few doses of bitterness to truly become encapsulated with the sport and find a love for something which I had previously overlooked. Falling short of winning districts in our loss to Boca High 2 years ago, and not playing a single minute of the game, needless to say, I was heartbroken and my insides were burning. Not the kind of burning insides after eating a ranch Philly for munchies, but an effervescent flame of motivation. The loss struck an internal match. It planted the seed to my tree, which is a maple tree, Coach Good. Yeah. But seeing my teammates out there, my brothers, and knowing I was unable to help them in that game not only upset me, but truly moved me. And so that summer, I began playing some club water polo, but still, having not been a major contributor for the past few years, I regrettably had not wholeheartedly invested myself into water polo in summer. And finally, last year, I got my shot to play, alongside Corinne and my best friends. I fell in love with water polo. That was the only thing on my mind at all times. During the wrestling season, I was going to water polo 2 days a week, 3 to wrestling. I was fully invested in the sport, and after wrestling ended, I was ready to get back in the pool. Last year was a real learning year. I made mistakes during the games. I took shots from way outside 5 meters. Sorry. I understood what playing a team that plays dirty feels like, and most importantly, I learned what playing for a team meant. In the previous years, I had worked hard for myself. I pushed myself, but it took up until last year to truly sacrifice for my teammates, to push one another, to give everything and anything I possessed to make sure our team came out on top. And on our road, full of ups and downs, and our end goal to win states, we fell short in the semis. So we got out of the pool, as the pool water trickled down my body, and I felt the cap, I took the cap off with a clenched fist. I felt the tears stream down my face. I felt the pain in my chest from pure exhaustion in that game, not able to parallel in the slightest to the pain I felt even deeper, the greatest amount of disappointment I felt in my life. It was then that I knew I had had enough, and I was going to do everything in my ability to make sure our team, our family, our band of brothers would not experience that same feeling. This year was an incredible one. My life revolved around water polo. The dreams of the banner and the ring were things I thought about every hour each day. Each practice was a treat for me. Every game was something I treasured. Laughing and joking with my best friends, working our butts off and playing our hearts out in the games with my brothers. At the end of the season, at the end of our high school careers, at the end of it all, I will always be grateful. It's often said you do not appreciate something until it's gone. I've never heard something more true. I think it holds true for why I had not found my love for water polo. I simply did not appreciate the beauty of the sport, my incredible coaches, and my band of brothers until I began to see the time dwindle away. You all have been there for me when I needed you. You all sacrificed for me and influenced me in some way that I will always be thankful for. Will, Matt, Chris, Carlos, Rico, Marco T, I just want to say thank you. You've been there since the beginning, and I will be there for all of you until the end. We didn't get that ring or that banner, but I could care less because I have the greatest memories of my 17 years with you all. and have all of you for the rest of my life. Bobby, Enrique, Jorge, JC, Louis, Zach. Welcome to the family. I'm beyond grateful to have received you as my brothers last year and this year. Coach Kurt, Stacy, Yanni, Coach Burke, thank you for your never-ending dedication. I will never forget the lessons you've taught me that have helped me both in and out of the pool. Thank you for always believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, and for inspiring all of us to go out each day with a goal in mind much greater than any individual goal. I am forever grateful. Life is much like a water polo game. We will not be alone. We will not go to college alone or into the real world unaccompanied. As we line up and face our opponents, which might be a difficult obstacle that we must overcome, we can always rely on each other. We'll forever have each other's sixes. When we are given the ball, we are open to shoot. If you are given an opportunity in life, make sure to take that shot if it's a good one. Put everything you have into it. And always believe in what you are doing. You can never go wrong if you try your best and believe in yourself. And finally, never argue with fate. Much like with Umberto and Mike. Life will always, at some point, give you something you don't deserve. You get too tied up in things, or life takes you underwater and starts punching you. Just remember to stay calm and always accept things as they are, because everything happens for a reason. Even if it's number 7, that is still The score looks close, but a new chapter of our lives is ready to be filled out. Make sure you do everything you can to achieve your goals, assist those in need, and block the negative things from your life. Guys, it has been a great ride, and it's the greatest one I could have asked for. I'm sorry we didn't win it all like we had dreamed of 6, 7 years ago. However, we are now mentally and emotionally prepared for the real world. We're men, we're stronger than ever. We saw and felt firsthand that you don't always necessarily get what you work for. But let's never forget, we got pretty damn close given the resources we had, and that's something remarkable. In the end, we got something greater, and that's each other. And that's all I could ever ask for. Never forget, rage against the dying for life. Thank you for making my high school experience so special. I love you all, and know that I always have your 6, especially against number 7. I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you.